flexing. No, you see me flexing, I'm just flexing.
Welcome to FanTalk360. It's your boy Big Kev.
Marcus the Truth.
And we're here to bring you that sports talk raw and uncut from the fans' perspective. You ready, Marcus?
Let's hit it.
Let's get it.
Yep.
Let's get some NBA predictions out the way, all right?
Let's go.
From your perspective, let's do it. Who you got to win MVP this year?
I got Damian Lillard.
Ooh.
I know, strong.
Ooh.
But I think the boy, every year he's progressing.
Obviously, yeah.
He got a lot of heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really his time. He's settled in. He knows his role. He knows his team. And I think it's time for them to, push it to the next level. And so I think Dame is going to come out with a bust-out year. And I think he's going to take MVP of the league. I'm going to go ahead and say Dame hits for 28 a game.
Give him 28 as a point guard?
28 a game. His Dame, he's taking that Steph Curry approach a little bit with launching the three, with being more aggressive, with going to the rack.
He also doesn't have Steph Curry surrounding cast, though.
That's okay, but he's a hustler. Did you see what he did against the Warriors?
I mean, come on.
He don't need the whole cast. Sometimes you got that heart within you.
Yeah, but so that's not going to be enough in the playoffs, though. You know that.
No, we're talking about regular season. Regular season, I got Damian Lillard as the MVP.
You know, to win an MVP, you have to finish in probably third seed or higher.
Who's going to beat the Blazers out? You got the Dubs.
You got the Spurs.
I don't know.
They'll be around.
They'll be around.
They're just not going to stop being good.
No. They're not just going to fall apart.
They had 67 wins last year.
Yeah.
I don't see them declining to 41.
Right, here we go.
Is gone, but
Dubs.
Okay.
Portland.
So you're in Portland, a 2 seed.
Portland, Spurs, Clippers. That's my four. My top four. And that, I believe, will position Dame to get the MVP. I'm rooting for my boy from the town.
I love your pick, Dame, town boy. You know what I'm saying? We love him out here, but I'm going to go a different direction.
Where are you going? Don't tell me you're going to the East.
No. It's so simple to say LeBron because he's always
Come on, man.
to win every year. But I'm not going to say LeBron.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say LeBron because I don't think he's going to play enough.
No, he won't.
And he's going to get a lot of rest. They already going to cut his minutes back. He already played season-long minutes, and they're going to get scaled back even more. He shows up when the playoffs come. He just kind of coasts through the season. So I don't see him trying to go all in on some MVP shit. Kyrie, he might go for it. I think he'll be in the conversation when it's all said and done because I definitely think they'll come out number one in the East. So Kyrie will be in the conversation. But my pick for MVP, and this is going to surprise you, and you might hate it at the same time. I'm going to go Blake Griffin. I'm going to go Blake Griffin.
I'm acting like I didn't hear you say that.
I'm going to go Blake Griffin. And this is why.
Really?
This is why.
Explain this to me.
I was talking with a few friends earlier today, right? And they brought up some interesting points. I said the only way Chris Paul gets out the second round this year is if A, Chris Paul gets way more selfish, or B, Blake Griffin turns into a monster. And I got reminded that when Chris Paul was out and it was Blake Griffin, he was an absolute savage for about a month. Mm-hmm. He just dominated everybody. If he can hit that next level, and this is what, his 6th or 7th year now? It's about that time now for him to hit that peak where all the great players hit that next level and it's like they take that game to a whole new level. If there was ever a time for him to be, all the talk last year was he should be traded. Now they don't need him. They run a faster pace. All that talk. If there was ever a time for him to solidify himself with the best NBA players, it's now. He has the talent. Can we agree on that? He has the talent. Come on.
I can't agree with you.
He has the
to be an MVP of the league.
At one point, he was 26-13.
No,
he has the
he's
talent.
He's not getting MVP of the league. That prediction is so outrageous, Kev.
I'm not saying he's going to get it. I think he can, though.
No, I don't think he can.
Because, look, on paper, right, outside of the Warriors, there's not really any other team as talented as the Clippers. Right? Am I right or wrong about that?
No, I believe Portland is better than the Clippers.
Nah, come on, man. With a healthy CP3 and a healthy Blake.
I really believe in Portland. I really do. Like they shined last year.
You're not looking at Portland's surrounding cast. I'm not saying they're bad, but Damian Lillard is like the catalyst. Whereas the Clippers, teams that have 4 legitimate cats who can play is a real big deal. Now, I think you haven't noticed, 4 legitimate cats that can play is a real big deal.
And what have they done with those 4 cats that they've been together for quite a while now?
Again, though, injuries have played. I mean, obviously they had that choke job versus Houston, but injuries have played there. if you're gonna really sit here and say Blake Griffin doesn't have the talent though
to be MVP, he's talented. He's a dunk commercial all day, every day. That's all he is a highlight reel.
He's improved his jump shot.
He hasn't improved it enough to me.
He has a nice post game, and he's coming back motivated this year.
They all coming back motivated.
Let's see what he does. Because this year, it's now or never this year, right? Blake Griffin and CP3 both could be eligible to leave after this year. They got something they have to prove, and I think they're going to get it done. You
think they're getting it done like win title?
No. Okay. I think they get at least that 2 seed. I do. I think they get at least that 2 seed, if healthy.
I don't see it.
Yeah. You just got to see it to believe it then, because I think they're going to get it, man.
I don't see it.
I think a hungry Clippers.
They always hungry. They always talking. They always something.
They shored up their backcourt situation with CP3. Now they have a backup point guard who can actually play. You know what I mean? They haven't had one of those in a while. I mean, I think they got the pieces to at least hold their own in the West. I think they are more complete than the Trailblazers.
This is shocking.
But Blake Griffin, if he can hit for about 24 and 12, he's certainly in the conversation for MVP, especially if they get above.
I'll put him in the conversation. That's like, hey, what about Blake Griffin? But that's about it. As far as it goes. Let's see what he does. Realistically, everybody's pick is probably Russell Westbrook. Yeah, because everybody thinks he's. I can understand that.
One. But I'm going outside the box because I think Blake has something.
Give him Damian Lillard all day.
All
boom.
Right. Let's do it.
The West is pretty much sold up with the Warriors taking number 1. Everybody else playing for second best.
Pretty much.
So the Cavs in the East, we already predict that they're going to take it. But who has the chance to maybe overthrow them?
I guess realistically, no one, man.
Nobody.
Seriously, honestly.
The Monstars?
Realistically, nobody. I think when the Cavs started gelling during the playoffs and the finals, they found a formula that works for them where they're kind of coast through. They might get about 57, 58 wins.
Even with the mix-up of all these teams?
Even with the mix-up of all these teams, they're still head and shoulders above everybody else because the truth is, LeBron doesn't even have to play that much for them to win. In terms of like his minutes are going to be reduced. I think Kyrie's going to take more of a scoring role. I think Love is going to take more of a role, kind of elevate more responsibility to them. I still think they're better than every other team by far. And I guess the only team that can give them a couple of fits are teams that can score. So you could say the Knicks, if they somehow mysteriously gel during the season.
That's why I have the Knicks.
And the Pacers, because they can play defense and they got some scorers. Monte can score. You know, T can score. You know, Paul George can score. I mean, you got to have scorers to beat this team. But at the end of the day, the Cavs still have LeBron, and it's just like I can't see anybody in the East outside of injuries beating the Cavs. So, but if in a 7-game series, the Knicks and the Cavs could be really interesting because Melo will go at LeBron. Melo's not scared of LeBron.
No, not at all.
He's not scared of LeBron. He will go at LeBron, and LeBron will go at him. And it would be, I mean, if Derrick Rose is 100% healthy, him and Kyrie could go at it.
Yep.
Porzingis and Love, that would be a battle.
I got Porzingis.
Joakim Noah and what do you call it? Thompson are pretty much the same damn player. I mean, so
that's a nice series.
It could be on paper nice. The chemistry with the Cavs is what's going to put them over the top,
right?
Because they've been together longer, know how to win in certain situations. But it could be a good series to watch,
right?
And so I guess I go with one of the two. But realistically, honestly, I don't see anybody outside of injuries beating the Cavs in the East. No.
All right,
who you got?
I got the Knicks.
Knicks.
I'm not saying that they're going to beat them, but I got the Knicks can give them a chance. And if they faced off in a 7-game series, I think the Knicks take the first 2. It's just that shock. It's just that shock. You know, I got Knicks coming out the first 2.
First 2 is
first 2
over the defending champs.
You act like that's outrageous or something.
Over the defending champ. The first 2 over the
first 2.
The first 2. Let's assume that the first 2 are in Cleveland. You're saying their first year together, they're going to be a good enough road team to go into the defending champs' house and beat them twice in a row?
I've seen it happen in so many different situations.
I mean,
the first 2, at least one. But I really believe the first 2. And I'm no D Rose fan. I'm no Melo fan. I like Joakim Noah. I don't know Porzingis. But I believe those skill sets all together, working in unity, can take the first 2. They're going to lose. They're going to lose the series. But I got them at the first 2.
No
and
way
we
in
all
hell
gonna hear it
they're
on
getting the first two.
ESPN and everybody else. Oh, have the Cavs lost their luster, or it's LeBron James done? But really, I believe they're gonna take the first two, and
at best they can hope for a split. No way in hell they're taking the first two. No way in hell. And I will put
you
money,
heard it here.
I'll put money
FanTalk.
against anybody who wants to say anything. $100 right now. No way in hell the Knicks take the first two if they meet Cleveland in a playoff series, especially if Cleveland has home court. No way in hell. I'm not even sure they win a game, to be honest. They might take it to 6, but they probably won't win a game in Cleveland. I don't think they're built for that. I don't think they're ready for that. I hope they surprise me, man. I mean, the NBA season to me is going to be one of the most weakest seasons of all time.
Is it because of KD?
So I'm hoping for a little bit of drama. To be honest with you, just give me some kind of drama. Give me some games, tons of games that go into overtime. Because this season, I can't even get excited for it.
Well, barring any injuries, it's going to be the Warriors and Cavs back in the finals.
I can't even get excited. It's the first season in years. I can't get excited about the season because I already know what the outcome is going to be if healthy. Like, you got GMs talking about, man, I'm quietly wishing one of the Warriors players gets hurt and stuff. That's how bad this season is. Like, and everybody in the East, they already came out and said we aiming for the Cavs, but they know they can't catch them. It's like, come on, man. This season is wild.
I'm excited.
There's no competition for either champ.
I want to see the Warriors. I want to see how the Warriors will really just dominate the court. Now, I love competition. I'm a fan of competition. I'm a fan of 1-point victories. But I just want to see this highlight reel, this circus go across the nation. It's like the Globetrotters in the NBA, and I just want to see it.
I mean, we got to see it as fans, but it's just like the love for wanting to see who's got the chance to compete. We know that everybody's just fighting for a distant second, and that does take a lot of luster out of the season, man. It's like knowing who's going to get to the Super Bowl. Why even watch any other team if you know they're going to, when they meet this team, they're going to get destroyed anyway. You know what I mean? So, honestly, the East is more intriguing because at least a lot of teams got together, and I know for a fact Cleveland's going to take a lot of games off. That's just what they're going to do because they're going to try to rest LeBron. I can see him getting maybe 5 to 7 games off just on pure rest alone, no injuries. Not to mention the fact that he could have some muscle tightness or something. So he may miss 10 or so games just to keep him fresh for the playoffs. And I can see Kyrie sitting about 5, Love sitting about. So I know they're going to take nights off. In the West, I mean, first, Warriors will probably take a few nights off and still win. That's the cool part.
They're still going to do it.
They're still going to win because they'll still have 3 All-Stars at the most playing. That's just so... I don't even know what to say about that, man. I guess we just got to watch.
That's a team you build on video games.
Yeah, man. You build them on video games. Like, it's just unfair. So I'm not griping. I'm still going to watch it, but just know where I stand that I'm not as excited to watch the NBA as I have been in past years because at the end of the day, I look at this team, the Warriors play the Spurs. Oh, they play the Spurs. They'll probably win by 15 this time. You know what I mean? At least last year, when those two was going head to head, you was like, can the Warriors get over this hump and beat the Spurs? And it was a good back and forth battle with those two for like 3 games. They were pretty good. I mean, they got blown out the first one, the Spurs, but it was a good battle. This year, I don't see them having any competition. So it's like, I'm just kind of, I'll watch, but
I feel it.
I'll watch, but that's it.
Listen